Hello, everyone! Round two of making this freaking video. Anyway, I just wanted to, basically give a chance for people to show their talents, because I want to make a big project for Markiplier. I want to make a big game, a decent-sized game, like, not like your typical hour or two game, but a 5, 6, 7, 8... maybe even 10-hour RPG through RPG VX Ace. Now, I would be using that version because I do not have the next-gen version that just came out a few months ago. So we will be using VX Ace. But I want to create a game that is dark, but has Markiplier in it. And be taken a little bit more on the serious side, though there will be plenty of room for references and everything else, because the game's premise is that it's taking place in his head. And I want to play with that idea. So what I want to do is make a game for Markiplier, and I want to have the opportunity to have everyone else help me, because I only have the story. I only have the conversations that would take place. I only have, basically, the dialogue is in my head. And I want to be able to let other people have the opportunity to join in. I used to have artistic ability, not so much anymore, but I want everyone to have the ability to join in and engage in this project, this experiment, if you will. And I want to create a full-fleshed RPG. Leveling up, items, money, etc. What I am doing is I will display my email on the screen, and what you can do is send your applications to that email. What I want is basically your full name, your nickname, or a name you would prefer to go by, because your full name will probably go in the credits unless you say otherwise in the resume. So if you do get accepted, I want the name that you are legally, as well as a nickname you would rather go by, and the name that you want in the credits. And in the subject, game, the thing you're applying for, application. So say, for example, you want to have still drawn scenes. I'd like to have animated cutscenes, but it might not happen, so I'm completely fine with no animated scenes unless we find a good animator. Like a really good animator. I'm not just talking like little cartoony, like Markiplier animated. Like, I'm talking like full-fleshed animated scenes. Unless you do stop motion, which by that might be very interesting if you do stop motion and would like to help out. But basically, you would take the subject, either sound, music, textile, programming, art, avatar, character, whatever. Game, subject, application. So game, music application, game, drawing application, game, animated scenes application. If you want to apply for multiple, which you can, game, subject, /subject, or however many you have, application. Just because you're applying for all those positions doesn't mean you'll get them all. But if you do get them all, be understanding that you're going to have to do multiple things at once, which is going to require time. So please be wary of your time constraints with whatever you have else going on top of this. But send me, with that title in the subject, not only the information I said prior, your name, nickname, and your name you would like in the credits, but your resume, basically what you can do, send me examples, basically kind of let it be a practice for resumes in a real job application. I want to know, are you good with teamwork? Are you good with listening? Are you adaptable? Do you do digital work? Do you do photography? Do you do whatever, whatnot? What kind of history do you have with that? Don't be afraid if you don't have a lot of experience. Like, say you're just really good with working with RPG Maker. Even if you've made like an hour-long game, please apply. I don't want to intimidate people and say, oh, I only want professionals. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just wanting details. That's all I want. If you've made a couple hour-long RPG games and you are interested in showing Markiplier the love that we have as part of his fan base, or his extended family in a way, please send in an application anyways. We do need playtesters. So, game playtester application, which doesn't require much of a resume. Just say, I would like to apply to be a game tester. That's it. Anything of that sort. I am opening applications till I think it's going to be about January 14th or so. I will be at OhioCon 15th, 16th, and 17th. And school for college starts back up on the 18th. And going full time, we will have to budget our time. But I do want to be able to get a hold of you through Google+. Or we can use Facebook, or we can use Skype. But provide as much information so I can get a hold of you. Preferably, don't just give me your email. Give me, like, as many open applications that I can get a hold of you as possible. And I will either get a hold of you through Facebook, or through replying the email back and asking, do you guys want to communicate through Skype, or Google Hangouts, or whatever, whatnot. And we can still be in chat and verbally communicate. You don't have to have a webcam, it's not necessary, as long as I can exchange work back and forth with you, and everyone can communicate with each other, and like, hey, I have this image, will it work with your music? And be able to communicate back and forth with each other, and so there's a unified communication with each other. So, that being said, if you don't feel you have the greatest talent and want to try anyways, please send your applications anyways. Please be aware, though, if you do apply for this thing, and for any reason you have to drop out, your work will not be in the game. I want to keep as much consistency as possible. So if you drop out for any reason, it's nothing against you. It's just I want the art to be consistent. So if there's going to be animated scenes, I also want the little image that's supposed to appear like on the lower left-hand corner. Lower left-hand corner. For you guys, it'd be over here. That needs to be consistent with the animation style, or with the still imagery. I am not sure, but I might open that a bit. I might make it so that we'll have multiple different types of art styles depicting these scenes. And we'll see. You know, I may change that completely. But for right now, be aware, if you're on board, you're on board. You know, your work will be in the game, and if you leave, your work may not appear in the game unless I change beforehand. Hey, everyone, we're opening applications for multiple people to join in and have different artwork as we progress. I will let everybody know if that happens. But anyway, I've rambled for too long. Send in your applications to that email, and I will see you all in the next Let's Play. But I want to make this happen. I want to make this a thing. So please, 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 please. Send your applications in. If we don't get enough applications by the due date, don't worry. It's just a nice deadline I'd like to have. If we don't have everybody in by that point, that's completely fine. It's totally okay. Don't freak out. But don't freak out. But I will probably end up extending it, honestly, because I don't suspect everyone will have that in by then. And with school coming up at that point, it's like, you know, I may open the application process, but I will hopefully hear from some of you all. This is Mew-Z reporting off. I will have another Let's Play up soon-ish. Soon-ish. And I will talk to you all later. Have fun out there, and peace out, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.